Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns.
They rang me up, absolutely plastered, in the middle of the night, and they said, it's absolutely brilliant. This is a wonderful show. You've got to do it. And I said, well, describe it to me. And they said, well, it's Millie, David and Julia, 2 pianos, Ned Sherrin and a projector. I said, I'll do it. Thinking, well, the least I'll get are good notices and kudos for doing Sondheim, and it isn't going to cost me very much.
It's 4 performers and 2 pianos, and it's not Les Mis. So for a young producer, it was possible for him to get the financing. The show was ripe for a producer, and Cameron was looking for something to produce.
Cameron's production of Side by Side by Sondheim opened in London in the summer of 1976.
We got unbelievable notices, and it was the most exciting thing that I've ever seen. A queue round the entire block. And that was the first time I ever experienced an overnight hit.
It was the one where we got to be on the map a bit. And, so it was just very lucky.
And it was the most wonderful revelation of Stephen's talent. I think it was absolutely the Rolling Stone that started his fantastically deserved reputation in this country and led to so many other shows.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clouds.
After the success of Side by Side, the entrepreneur in Cameron came to the fore. Theatre in London was thriving, but he sensed the regions were being ignored.
After the war, they had all these huge theatres sitting, waiting like this, saying, will somebody put something on in me? Because nobody had the money, nobody had the ideas,
So Cameron approached the Arts Council with a mutually beneficial plan.
And he went, if you will give me the money, I will make shows that'll fill your theatres and bring you money for them.
Come on, dear, sing your heart out.
And he did, and the first one was My Fair Lady.
All I want is a room somewhere, far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
Good. Good. All right. That was smashing, dear. Would you like to be our new Eliza Doolittle?
With My Fair Lady, Cameron Mackintosh established something that would stay with him for the rest of his career. The guarantee that regional audiences would enjoy productions every bit as ambitious as those in London's West End.
He always had self-belief, and he was very brave, I think. If he thought something was interesting, he went for it.
Tell Bill Thornley I speak to him on Monday.
He can be a bit of a swine. However, I haven't ever known a really wonderful producer who were docile little people.
Bob? Bob? Yeah? Were you dealing with this aftershave thing?
They have to be a bit of a swine to make it work.
Listen, can you give a message to David, please, Linda? from Marina Martin that she thinks that the frills round the bed look like old knickers, and worse, they look like out-of-period old knickers. So could he look at it? Thank you.
In the spring of 1980, the two men who would become the leading lights of British musical theatre met for the first time over lunch at the Savile Club in London. The composer Andrew Lloyd Webber had enjoyed hits with Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita. But at this point, he was looking for new collaborators.
We had a glorious long lunch, which had ended up in the club upstairs about 4:30, and we just A, laughed, and B, discovered that we both had absolutely identical excitement about theatre and dreams and whatever it could be in musicals. And I said, so what made you come and ask to meet me? And he went, I thought anyone that could get the Arts Council to put up all the money for a tour of My Fair Lady can't be completely stupid.